Hello everybody, and welcome to Lockdown Literature, courtesy of the Studio Online and the National Lottery Community Fund. You are about to listen to an audio story from a series of writing gathered during the COVID-19 lockdown from both the adults and children's write-on sessions. So relax, settle back and enjoy a selection of writing from some of the finest creative minds at the studio. The Musings of an Ancient Oak by Paula Page.
A tree is just a tree, right? The Musings of an Ancient Oak. You should never ask a lady her age. In any event, I wouldn't know where to begin. I don't subscribe to years. They are nothing more than meaningless numbers to me. A tool for humankind to record the passage of time. I see this changing of the seasons, and this is only right and proper. Tangible segments, each prompting an action in my existence. I may have no eyes, but don't be mistaken. I see and I feel all that is around me as my beautiful green knuckles tightly grip the earth. My roots spiral deeply beneath, extending further than is possible for you to imagine, and they anchor and sustain me against the wild winds that will occasionally have the audacity to shift me from my chosen spot. They never succeed. I suppose if you were scientifically inclined, you could always count my rings, but really, how vulgar, how invasive. I mean, I barely know you. Let's just settle on this fact. I am ancient. Vintage. I've observed and felt all that I survey for generations. You only have to look at me now, resplendent in my springtime glory, and it's clearly obvious. My trunk is shapely with a commanding girth. I stand firm and resolute. My branches are melodic in their form, as they spiral skywards and abundantly adorned with fresh new green leaves. Not a line, wrinkle or blemish to be seen. I dare you to find one. This is my favourite time. I'm at my peak. I feel young again, newly rejuvenated, a sapling, giddy with the promise of what lies ahead, eager to see who will pass me by and add to my collection. I get them all here, people I mean. Hardly surprising, as I am planted on a pathway incising a country park, once an ancient woodland, barely occupied by humanity, but now a busy thoroughfare for leisure. They love me. What's not to love? It must be my welcoming nature. Some have actually taken to flinging their bony little limbs around me and hugging me. I'm not complaining, they do me no harm, apart from the dog occasionally using me as a toilet. It's as though they feel my warmth, my great age, and my wisdom. I suppose it must just seep out of me, a liquid kiss, like the sap that rises up within my branches. I can't help it, it's just the way I'm made, but really, I give nothing up to them. Oh no, I'm a collector. I'm the keeper of their secrets, and they don't even know that they are giving them to me. I'm the ultimate people watcher. Let's face it, I've been doing this for hundreds of years, looking on impassively as generations pass me by. Nothing really changes, apart from me, of course. I just get better and better. People, though, let's just say they haven't evolved a great deal. It's the couples I really like to watch closely. Men and women, now more often men with men, or girls with girls, I don't care. Whatever rings your bell. They are all so interesting in their own way. Some are open with their feelings, the older couples linking or even hand in hand as they stroll past. They, like me, are examples of vintage at its best. I feel their love and I keep a little for myself. Call it my finder's fee. Honest and faithful, steady and true. Boring, you say? Perhaps to some, but they are hurting no one. Then there's the others. To the casual onlooker, everything is fine, but I feel so much more than they can ever see. The couples who talk, or worse who are silent, as they stare into the middle distance, the pain behind their eyes burning into their souls, or they try their best to make everything look normal, and yet they just exist, nothing more. Surrounded by natural beauty, some of them would rather walk head bowed, engrossed by the empty contents of their phone. They have my pity as they pass me by. I take nothing from them and their kind. I don't need that negative energy. Best of all are the lovers. I can feel a crackle of life and often lust between them, sparks of light that only I am able to discern. I feel what they feel, and it's delicious. Perhaps it's the freshness of the prospect of a new love, a conquest, or even better, something a little more illicit. Sometimes naughty can be very nice, let me tell you. I don't judge, and I certainly do like to be entertained and energised by their furtive excitement, whatever the reason for it. I suppose this makes me sound like something of a voyeur. Do I look like I care? Just leave a little of that feeling behind, and I'll be satisfied. My favourite time of day is when the dawn breaks, and the birds who share the woodland with me release their voices into the air, waking the earth up with their glorious melody. A summer morning, perhaps a little chilly, when the sunshine paints all before it with its golden light, and the spider's webs that adorn my branches are suddenly bejewelled by countless sparkling droplets. We all need a little glamour, you know. Sadly, the excitement of spring and the dizzy heat of summer are but fleeting moments. I revive, I flourish, and then I begin to fade. My leaves, relentlessly harassed by the summer breezes, forget their zest and begin to fracture, like brittle old women. Autumn sneaks up on me and tries to take advantage of my delicate state, but I'm sorry, I don't tolerate decay. I drop those leaves like discarded friends. I give up my acorns like ungrateful children, casting them off my branches with no hint of regret. I'm a lover betrayed, and I don't take that well. Let the toddlers in their wellies kick them along the floor as they dance through the ever-shortening days that herald the arrival of winter. How do I maintain my beauty? Sleep, of course. As winter replaces autumn, it steals the daylight away from me and lulls me into a season of slumber, caressing my form with its icy hands. I don't fear it. I welcome the rest, and don't forget, I've got my collection to keep me warm. Next time you take a woodland walk, look around you, see the beauty and wisdom in front of your eyes, and above all, never think that a tree is just a tree.